Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Michalowski from ForexLive.com. This is a Kickstart video. Today's date is July 3rd, 2024, where I take a look at three of the major currency pairs: the euro versus US dollar, the dollar versus yen, and sterling versus US dollar from a technical perspective. So let's get started. Looking at the euro versus US dollar on the 4-hour chart, we are seeing the pair extend to new session highs, not only for the day, but for the week in the last few minutes of trading. That is taking the price closer to this cluster of moving averages, including the 100-day moving average and the 200-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart. Also in there is a 200-day moving average. You can't see it, but it's there, I can assure you. Those moving averages come between 1.0787 and 1.0793. The 38.2% retracement, or the broken 38.2% retracement of this move to the upside, is also in that cluster, or near that cluster, at 1.0795. And this swing area is also in play all the way up to 1.0803. So let's say that the upside has a bunch of stuff between 1.078, looks like 87, up to 1.08036. That should be a pretty strong resistance area for the euro versus US dollar and continued upside momentum. The move to the upside today did bottom against the lower end of this swing, this lower swing, or the high end of the lower swing area right through here. Recall from yesterday, the price did move below the lower end of that level, below the 61.8% retracement of the same move to the upside here, but could not sustain the momentum and then move back above the 100-bar moving average and back above the high of this swing area down through here. The price based against that level in trading here today moved higher over the last few bars on the 4-hour chart, increasing the bullish bias for this pair in the process, and also, as mentioned, trading to new session highs for the day and for the week, with lots of resistance up ahead. So be aware of that resistance up ahead. We'll see if the market can continue its momentum, or do we find sellers against that cluster of resistance. I would look for sellers on the first look against that level. Taking a look at the dollar versus yen, it continues its march to the upside here. Looking at the 4-hour chart, the price does not let up on the upside momentum, and rose to the highest level, nearly 162, highest level since 1987. Looking at the 1-hour chart of this currency pair, what is important for traders to understand is that you see this blue line here. This blue line represents the 100-bar moving average on the dollar versus yen chart. It wasn't until you have to go back to June 14th right here to see the price. Last time the price traded below that moving average. Since then, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 different times where the price tried to move down toward that 100-hour moving average, only to find early buyers against that level. I wouldn't necessarily call today's move to the downside or yesterday's move to the downside testing that moving average. But ultimately, if the price is going to go lower, we need to get below that level, 161.19. What was significant yesterday is that the low price in trading stalled against the high price from last week. That level came in at 161.27, and you can see this high price right here was equal to the low price yesterday. And in today's trading, the low price in the earlier session found early buyers against the level and continues to march to the upside here, trading to, again, the newest highest level going back to 1987 and 161.94, just short of the 162 level on the top side. Ultimately, it would need to the price would need to get below the 27 level, need to get below the rising 100-bar moving average on the 100-hour moving average in order to give the sellers even a glimpse of some victory against the buyers in the dollar versus yen. Absent that, and the buyers remain in firm control. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar, and one day ahead of their elections on ironically Independence Day in the US. The sterling versus US dollar is extending to new highs, and in the process has been able to extend above both the 100-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart and the 200-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart. Those levels come in at 1.26895 and 1.27139 respectively. As you can see, we're currently trading at 1.27174. If the price can stay above that 200-bar moving average, that would be the best case scenario. In trading last week, the high price, again, this is a 4-hour chart, so this period represents the price actions from last week. The high price last week stalled against that 200-bar moving average, so getting above it is a break from past resistance, so we'll see if the price can hold support against that level and continue its march perhaps up toward this swing area up here between 1.2759 and 1.2777. in trading yesterday. The price low came down to the price low from last week and found support buyers that gave the buyers a go ahead to push higher and back above the 100-day moving average. We're moving away from that 100-day moving average, obviously, in trading yesterday and into today. So that's more bullish as well. But watch these moving averages for technical clues in the sterling versus US dollar trading here today. So that's my Kickstart video for July 3rd, 2024 for the three major currency pairs. My name is Greg Mikulowski. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.